So, as you all probably know by now, Gabriel is injured. No, this isn't a joke. Yes, the international break, which is a joke, strikes again. I feel like it's always Arsenal players. It's always us. Just as things are starting to go well, just as we're building momentum, just as people are starting to say we're favourites, just as we're saying we've got the squad, we've got the players, this happens. Gabriel, who's arguably been Arsenal's most important player, our best player, our most influential player in terms of defensively and going forward. You know, his threat from set pieces, he can win us a game, can win us a game going forward and you know, defensively as well. It's annoying that it's him. You know, the last person I wanted it to be in this international break is him. Especially with the North London derby being the first game back after the international break. And we know how well Gabriel usually plays in North London derbies. I think he's had 3 man of the match performances in North London derbies since he's been at Arsenal. And it's just so annoying. Genuinely, I'm sure every single Arsenal fan watching this can relate. It's so frustrating. And this is I think this is the last international break until March. So after this, we kind of got a 4-month stretch with no international games. None of this rubbish interrupting the season. But it is what it is. So let's kind of dissect it. Let's have a look at the facts. Let's have a look at, you know, what people have been saying since. There was a post from Fabrizio Romano about 25-30 minutes ago. And he said, Gabriel Magalhaes has a muscle injury in his right thigh, Brazil have confirmed. Gabriel will not travel to Lille with the Selectao to face Tunisia, as Arsenal staff will assess the defender. And they also said that Ricardo Calafiori is 100% ready versus Spurs. So a bit of good news in there that Calafiori will be ready. Obviously, he had some injury concerns and injury scare as well. But apparently it was just precautionary. He didn't feel 100%, but he should be fine versus Spurs. So what he said about Gabriel in there is that it's a muscle injury to his right thigh. And there's actually a guy on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, called the Physio Scout. Now this guy is a physio, he's a doctor, and he always assesses players' injuries. You know, for the big clubs, when they go down, he looks at, you know, the video of them going down, how they limp off or walk off, the pain that it looks like they're in. And this is what he has had to say about Gabriel's injury. He said, Gabriel pulled up for Brazil during a defensive transition run, grabbing his adductor/groin area. With groins and hamstrings, injuries closer to the hip are generally more concerning than those further down the muscle. Most groin problems end up being minor, with the player back in 1 to 3 weeks. But the fact that he's feeling it higher up makes me more cautious here and raises the risk of a grade 2 injury. Then he gives the recovery time. So a grade 1 would be 1 to 3 weeks. A grade 2 would be 3 to 6 weeks. And a grade 3 would be 6 to 8 weeks plus. So a grade 3 is a tear, which can be 3 to 4 months, in the worst case. Grade 2, 3 to 6. Grade 1, obviously 1 to 3. So even if it was a grade 1, which is looking like we're hoping it is, that means he's going to be out for 1 to 3 weeks. So say it's 2 weeks, say we're in the middle. That means he's going to miss Tottenham, he's going to miss Bayern Munich, he's going to miss Chelsea away, obviously 3 massive games. And then I think it's Brentford after that. And then he should be back. If it's a grade 2, he's missing more than that. But it's just the timing is not ideal. He then goes on to say, still a range of different possibilities in terms of timelines, but scans will be necessary to determine the length of time he's out for. Carlo Ancelotti confirmed Gabriel Magalhaes suffered an adductor injury. He'll be checked over tomorrow by medical staff. So it's not looking good. It's really not looking good in terms of Gabriel. And to make it even more ironic, it was at the Emirates. Obviously, it was in Brazil's game versus Senegal in the Emirates. Interestingly, Pape Matar Sarr, who plays for Senegal and obviously Spurs, also came off injured in that game. So those two, obviously with the North London derby as their next game at the Emirates, both came off at the Emirates in the same game, both with an injury. But what does this mean for the team? How could we set up potentially? Am I worried? And what changes could we make? So for me, I always want to make the least changes possible to a player's position. So for example, Jurrien Timber, you could argue that he was a centre-back when he came in, played centre-back for Ajax, played centre-back for the Netherlands national team. But for us, he's a right-back. So I don't want to move Timber to centre back to then bring in Ben White to then maybe play Saliba left centre back. I don't want to do that. I would start Timber right back. That doesn't change for me. He's not injured. He's fine. Best right back in the league. He stays. William Saliba, he stays at right centre back. Now for me, it's obviously about who do you put in a left centre back, because in my opinion, Miles Lewis-Skelly comes in at left back. Now you've got two options. You put Calafiori left centre back, which actually is his more natural position. He was a left centre-back when he played in Bologna. He's a left centre-back for the national team, but he hasn't played there for us. Or you play Hincapié left centre-back. Now, I think this comes down to preference. I think because of the squad and the depth we have, it's not the end of the world. You know, if I see the starting 11 on Sunday, and it's Timber, Saliba, Calafiori, Miles Lewis-Skelly as the back four, that's still a solid back four. If it's Jurriën Timber, Saliba, Hincapié, Miles Lewis-Skelly, I'm still not concerned. That's still solid. What I don't want to see is too much rejigging. For example, I've seen people online saying, well, what we can do, we can move Timber to right centre-back, put Ben White at right back, and you could put William Saliba next to Jurriën Timber, and then you could play Calafiori at left-back where he already plays. But then you think about this. You're changing Timber's position and you're changing Saliba's position. So it's like you're changing two positions, where if you play Jurriën Timber, William Saliba, they're both playing where they usually play. Play Calafiori left centre-back. Okay, he's out of position, but he is a left centre-back. And you play Miles Lewis-Skelly. You're only changing one player's position. So, don't get me wrong, we have the depth. I don't know what Arteta will do. I think he'll probably play Calafiori left centre-back and play Miles Lewis-Skelly. But then again, Hincapié has been getting a lot of game time recently. So, yeah, I'm interested to see what we'll do. Let me know what you guys would do in the comments down below. Would you play Calafiori left centre-back? Obviously, he also had his injury concerns this transfer window, although they are saying he's going to be ready. But is he going to be 100% fit? If he's not, then the answer is just play Hincapié left centre-back and play Miles Lewis-Skelly left back. Maybe Mosquera is in for a shout as well. Maybe you play him and Saliba. I don't know. There are a lot of options, which I think is the good news. You know, in recent seasons, obviously, Kivior came in last season. No slight to Kivior. I think he does a good job. But he's not of the levels of the players I think we have now. So we do have the depth. But once again, honestly, if there was one player that I didn't want to get injured, that I didn't want to go down during this international break, especially with these 3 games coming up in Spurs, Bayern and Chelsea, it was Gabriel, man. The guy has been our player of the season so far. Arguably the Premier League player of the season so far. And it's just so unfortunate. But it is what it is. So anyway, guys, let me know what you would do for the North London derby on Sunday. Would you play Calafiori at left centre-back? Would you play Hincapié at left centre-back? Miles Lewis-Skelly at left-back? Would you maybe move Timber into centre-back? Let me know your idea, what your 11s would be. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.